Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome to the first edition of Cars for Sale That I Want to Buy. I came across this 1983 Dodge Mirada on Kijiji, which is like Canadian Craigslist. The asking price is $5,500. This car has 67,000 kilometers or just under 42,000 miles. It's a really awesome 1980s blue color scheme. So blue exterior, blue interior. It's a comfy velour that you'd come to expect from 1980s goodness. And I like it because it's a color scheme you really don't see on cars anymore. And I think it's really representative of the era. What's really cool about this car, though, is not just the comfy velour interior, but the bucket seats with console shift. I've seen quite a few of these cars, and I don't see too many that have this setup. A lot of them were, like many cars in the day, bench seats. So this gives it a bit of an extra cool factor and gives it a kind of sporty spirit. Though it's not quite too sporty, even though it has a 318 V8 in it. These didn't have a lot of power, something like 140 horsepower, which is really dismal, especially when you consider that a lot of motors these days are smaller by far. Like we're talking 1.5 liter turbocharged engines putting out more power than this V8 did. So yeah, not too impressive. But because it's a 318, there's a bit of stuff you can do to modify it, get a little more power out of it, make it a little more fun to drive. And like most cars from this era, though at this point it was getting out of it a little bit, the power goes to the rear wheels. This is a rear wheel drive car, just as God intended. So yeah, this is quite a piece we're looking at here. And why I want it? Because this is a super clean looking car with low miles, and most importantly to me, it's the spiritual successor to the Dodge Charger. This car, the Mirada, replaced the Dodge Magnum, I think in 1980, and then the Dodge Magnum replaced the Charger in 1978 as Dodge's sort of sporty grand touring car. After this, Mirada, I think the last year for these was 1983, so this is the last year for this car. Mopars were mostly front-wheel drive affairs, so you really wouldn't see another rear-wheel drive sporty car in Dodge. Probably the next one would be the 2005 Dodge Magnum, which was a station wagon, and then in 2006 you get the Charger. So until those LX cars came along, something like 22 years later, there was really no rear-wheel drive, high performance, or at least sporty car in the Mopar stable. So yeah, this is a clean example of a late Malaise era car. It's full of 80s awesomeness, and it has good potential for souping up. So give me a yes please on this one. That's it for today. Join me next time for another car that I want to buy.